everybody, it's Off-Screen Kim again, here to show you yet another one of my favorite simple chainmail projects. Today we're going to be doing a basic 4-in-1 bracelet. What you'll need for this, you'll need your chainmailing pliers, needle noses, 2 pair, preferably spring-loaded so that you can save your wrists. You will need 150 approximately rings if you're working with this size ring, which is a 3/16 of an inch 18 gauge bright aluminum. If you can make this with larger or smaller rings, if you're making larger rings, you'll need fewer. If you're using smaller rings, you'll need more. But somewhere in the ballpark of 150 is about what you're going to want, unless if your wrists are particularly unusually sized. I've got 155 here, and I've also got, last of all, my handy little magnetic clasp for the bracelet. And this is a pretty decently strong magnet. I'll show you how they snap together like that. The only thing about the magnetic clasp, it's really handy for putting the bracelet on and off, but as you're working, it will jump to your pliers and stay there, and you're just going to have to get used to it and be okay with it, or you can use a different style of clasp. Now, if you saw me at the Bellarmine Knights of the Round Table, you will have all your supplies except your pliers in your handy little kit. Otherwise, you can get everything you need at your local craft store. Generally, the clasps come in packs of like 4 or 5, like these. Alright, so to start out, we're going to take our first ring, get it open, this one's already open, and slip our clasp onto it. Now, you'll see in a minute here, once I get it on and closed up. See, like I told you, it'll jump on you like that. Once I get it, there we go, that's on. Then we'll close it up, and I'll show you how the hole in this clasp is just barely large enough to admit this wire. This is 18 gauge wire, which is why I don't advise that you try to make this with anything larger than 18 gauge. This is about the size of the holes in the clasps at most craft stores. So you probably won't want to use rings that are any larger than about 1/4 inch. Again, these are 3/16. Now we're going to make another row of 2. So we're going to take 2 open rings and slide them onto this ring and close them. So there goes 1. And here goes number 2. Alright, so we've got 1 and we've got 2. Now we're going to do a row of 3. And for the row of 3, one of these will go through both of the 2 rings, like so, and close it up. And the other 2 will each go through only one of the 2 rings. So you'll put 1 through this one here on the right, close it up. And 1 just through this other on the left. And close it up. So as you can see now, we've got a row of hang on, got a little snarl here. I'll fix that right quick. There we go. So as you can see now, after I close this up, we've got 1, 2, and 3. 6 rings, 3 rows. Now from here on, you're basically repeating the second and third row over and over and over again. Open up some rings here. So you'll make a row of 2, row of 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3. Basically, for as long as you need the bracelet to be. So I'll get us about 5 rings open here. And I'll do us another row of 2 and another row of 3. So we'll go through, when you make a row of 2, each of the 2 goes through 2 of the 3. So the first one goes through 1 and 2, then this one will go through ring 2 and 3. Through 2 and 3, and close them up. Straighten them out so that you can see. There you are, see? Now, but when you make a row of 3, you're going to want 1 to go through both of the 2. It goes through both of the 2. And then each of the others will only go through 1 of the 2 on the outsides. So this one will go through 1 and 2. There we go. And then this one will go through the second of the 2. And we'll have to slide it up under in here and back out the other side and close them up. And you're just going to repeat this, like I said, over and over, 2, 3, 2, 3, until you get the bracelet to the desired length. Now, bracelet's not the only thing you can make with this. This same length of chain you could use for, I've seen people use it for a wallet chain. I've seen people use it for an anklet if you've got skinny ankles. I've seen people use this length of chain for like a strap on a handbag. If you are willing to extend it further, you could turn it into like a necklace. You could turn it into a belt, but I'm not sure I'd use a chain this thin for a structural belt that's going to be supporting anything. I wouldn't trust it to hold up your pants, and I wouldn't hang anything that weighs more than about, a pound or 2 from it. If you're going to make a structural belt, I'd make it wider, and I'd probably make it out of steel, to be honest. This is just aluminum. It looks very pretty, but it will not protect your guts from an actual sword. Please don't try that at home. So you just got here's our row of 3 coming up again. And as you can see, it'll take you a while to finish a bracelet. If you watch the video for the keychain, that's a very quick one. That one you can do, if you know what you're doing. I've done a couple hundred of them. I can do 3 or 4 keychains in my lunch break. A bracelet is probably going to take you your entire hour lunch, even if you know what you're doing. If you're less familiar with mailing, this is a project for like an evening. But when you're done, it looks really pretty, and all your friends ask you where you got that thing on your wrist. So I'm opening up a few more rings here so that we can do a couple more rows. Since our last one was a 3, we're going to do a 2. So you can just go back and review the steps if you like. Like I said, they're the same steps we're going to do over and over. Row of 2, row of 3, row of 2, row of 3. So I'll just give you a quick little super speed montage to the end of this bracelet, and then I'll show you how to finish off at the other end. And well, if we're going to do a speed montage, I've never used this in a video before, so I'm contractually obligated to, at some point, enjoy. And there we go. We are almost done with our bracelet. We have finished the full length. Got a nice long piece here. And now you want to be sure that you end with a row of 2 so that you can put your finisher on. Go back to the top and disconnect your clasp. So you've got the butt end of the clasp. Take your one ring, to rule them all, open it up, and slide it between the last 2 at the end here. So feed it through 1 and 2, and then feed it through the clasp. Get up on there and close them up, and you are 100% done with your bracelet. And you can just slide it on. And this is why I love the magnetic clasp, is because it just jumps together for you. As you can see, this is plenty big on me. This should be big enough for even a fairly large guy, or you can wear it higher up on your arm if you like, but I wanted to make sure that everybody's package that they got at the Bellarmine thing was definitely big enough for them, and some to spare. So there you go. Here's your chainmail bracelet, 155 links of 3/16 of an inch bright aluminum.